Sadie Crab, guys, which apparently is how to say hi in Thai to males, I think. And as usual, welcome back to Mission Accomplished,
where we
showcase the lives of those who have accomplished much. And as usual, we have a very special guest today. We will let her introduce herself.
Thank you. It's nice to be here to meet all of you. I am roseline Olumbe. Sometimes people prefer to call me Dr. Roseline Olumbe. I work and teach at Daystar University.
So how is your experience working at Daystar?
Thank you. Good question. It's an interesting experience. You know, I've been there, I think, 3 times your age. I've been in Daystar for the last 24 years.
What? That's insane.
Yeah, not insane. I think it is just a great idea. It's a place I love to teach. Maybe just shows how I love the place. I enjoy. I went there in 2004 and I've really enjoyed teaching students, working with them, interacting with my colleagues.
Yeah.
I think Daystar being a Christian university, so it's a place where I grow my faith. I see students grow in their faith and I see colleagues and just some warm, good environment with colleagues and students. Yeah.
Interesting. Can you tell us a bit about your childhood?
Childhood. Can you imagine how old I am? Anyway, but a great experience as a child. I grew up in a Christian home. My father and mother were teachers, but also my father was a pastor. So basically we were brought up knowing God, praying, singing, participating in church in a great deal. I had 9 siblings because there were 10 of us.
9?
And
That's interesting.
9. Yeah, very interesting. We were actually originally 11 of us, but we grew up 10 of us. Now we are 9. So as a child, I think it was just nice interacting with my siblings, playing. I think one of the things we enjoyed most was dinner time, sitting together. You can imagine 12 of us if we had our parents chatting around the table. But also my father or my parents loved many visitors, so we'd have so many guests at home. Being a pastor, I enjoyed my childhood, but I think something very significant, I played a lot. I did a lot of kati, jumping, running. I used to be in the school PE team and other acrobats, so I enjoyed that. Had every fun of playing. I think I played a lot and I loved it. Yeah.
That's really cool. So had you always wanted to teach, like being, because you said right now you're a senior lecturer, so had you always wanted to be like a lecturer, or is it something that you found interesting along the way?
Good question. Actually, as a child, I don't think I aspired to be a teacher as much as my parents were teachers. You know something funny? Because I loved children, I aspired to be a house help as a child, so that I can be in their homes and just take care of children and have fun. Sounds funny, right? That was one of the things I aspired. And then I went to school, I would see how teachers would struggle, and I was like, me teaching, no, I cannot be a teacher. Then I went to high school, and sometimes I was naughty, and I didn't think I needed to be a teacher. So I had different dreams, but I knew I wanted just to work around children, but not in a school setup. I think by the time I was getting late, I was like, I needed to do like a counseling, just sit with people and talk with them and counsel them. But that is not really what God maybe had planned for me, because I really wanted to just talk to people and hear what they feel, what they think, and support them. But I think life turned that as I went for my university, I did education. Maybe because I wanted to be a teacher, but I did education because I felt that's what I qualified for. That's what my teachers and parents thought I would do. And I just went for it. Enjoyed the classes, enjoyed my teaching practice, but I knew teaching was not my thing. But fast forward, I think after finishing my master's, I went and worked within a church setup. And I enjoyed working with a team within the church. Then one day I was called at Daystar University. They were looking for a teacher. And then I landed there and I started teaching. And then I loved it. And I love it. Can you imagine, for the last 24 years? So I think it happened by default. As much as I had trained as a teacher, I knew I'd not aspired to be a teacher throughout just because of my earlier experiences. Yeah.
Do you think your parents influenced you becoming a teacher, like somewhere along the way?
Yeah.
Maybe ish, somehow. Just because they were teachers, they enjoyed it. But I wouldn't say fully. I guess what they influenced me more is how to interact with people, spending time and talking with people, which I think I've found as a teacher, I'm able to combine. Talking to students who are going through difficult times, praying with them and supporting them. So I use their skills, but I wouldn't say 100% they influenced me being a teacher, but to some extent, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say have been some challenges that you faced doing your PhD?
Thank you. Yeah, doing my PhD was quite a journey. I started to do my PhD in 2011. At that time, my last born was just about 3 years old. He's now an 18-year-old young man. And then the others were equally young. My PhD, as I mentioned, it was not in Kenya, it was in the Philippines. And we used to do what you call modular. So you go there for 3 months or 1 month or 6, depending, and then you come back home. But at that point, I was also working and I had a family. So children to take care of, school to do, and also work to do. So balancing the three was quite something, because I would go to work. When I take my leave in May, I travel to Philippines, which is a long journey. It to take me about 27 hours to get there.
27 hours, that's more than a day.
Yeah, it used to be long. It's long. Philippines is far. And so I would get there, get to my classes, study, carry homework, come back home, do my homework as I also take care of my family and do my work. And just balancing that was very difficult. So 2013, I just got so exhausted and my body could not take it anymore. So I took a break from school so that I could just refresh, think well and write well, but also support my children in many ways that I could do, until 2017 when I was to go back and finally finish. But it was quite a journey, balancing the three things and being able to do my very best in all that. Yeah.
Interesting. What lessons would you say you've learned from your journey to getting a PhD?
Thank you very much. I think there are several lessons, but maybe I'll just highlight a few. So first, I think doing PhD was not my original ambition. As I grew up, I knew once I finished school, I just go to work and I was satisfied with that. But I think when I got myself in the university teaching, PhD was a very important step of journey that I needed to do so that I could effectively teach the students. At that point when I started, I was not sure what PhD. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, out of my experience at school, I discovered because I needed to do child development so that I can be able to help students, but also children as they grow. When I started that, I think I've already mentioned part of the challenges was, first of all, was to decide what PhD do you want to do. But I finally landed to that. And then secondly, it was how to actually specialize in that area, because at the point, and I think even now, there's no university in Kenya that offers a PhD in child development. DAST is about to launch one next year. So it was how to convince people back home or people I work with, people I meet with, that a PhD in child development is a very important course and it helps you understand people and support them. So I think being able to convince people and helping them to understand the importance of this career. I think on the other hand is, again, looking at the students we get. Sometimes there'll be very few students. So again, having to convince the university and people to know that this program is very important and they need to study it.
I think you've already shared with us some of the challenges. So what have been some of your most successful moments teaching child development at Daystar?
Wow, very interesting question. But I think I would say this. Now, you see, as I said, child development helps you to understand how children develop, isn't it? And so I found when students come to my class, some of them are already parents and they're struggling to raise their own children. And then we share some of the things in class. So I remember like one who said she could not leave the house without the child crying. And we were learning, there's something we call theories. We were learning theories that can help you. Just tell your child bye, and then you go and the child doesn't cry. And so this student kept saying, no, my child cannot, she'll keep crying. And so we talked about it, and I'm like, go and try it. Now at the end of that semester, you'll come back and tell me what happened. So you know what happened? At the end of the semester, she came and she said, I have something to share. I can leave home and tell my child bye, and the child doesn't cry. So it is to see students apply the things we learn in class, and then they see the results. Apart from that, just some of the successful moments is to get to go to the field, meet children and parents in the field, and then talk to them about child development, because I've had the opportunity to train so many organizations like SOS Children Villages, Yatima Outreach, and many schools about children. And then the caregivers will come and say, oh, no one ever taught us about that. I wish I knew that very early. And so just to see that parents, caregivers, teachers who are with children feeling like they're receiving some new information that helps them to understand children better, I think that's, I would call it a bulb-blowing moment for me, just to see them happy and rejoice. And then a lot again of the things I teach about is protection and safeguarding children. Again, to find that now several people inviting me either in churches or in the organizations or schools to go and tell them about child development. So I feel like the content is used immediately and people see results in their own families, but I've seen the same results in my own family. So it's information that I teach, I use because I've seen it with my children. I've applied that knowledge and they have come out better. I have seen other people use that knowledge. So just the fact that the knowledge is useful and can be used in it, and that makes me happy and excited.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's cool that we need to be studied. We're keen. I'd also be keen to learn how we work.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say are some misconceptions that people have about child development as a study?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Misconception. Child development as a study. So one is people look at it as a child development should just be one unit, if you understand. Should be just a one course that maybe students coming to do social work should do just to understand, and that's enough. That it's actually information that can only be done within 1 term or 3 months and sufficient, because there's a lot of information there. To teach just about how they develop in their early years, 3 to 5, 6 to 8. Again, it's a lot of information because you have to go step by step. So people have a misconception that it's something you just run over and it's sufficient. But no, it's more than that. Now, something else we teach is about participation. And I'm glad that you guys are here because you're doing a lot of participation and being involved. And so again, just to help people understand, how do we make children participate without being forced? There is something we call decoration or manipulation. I can just place them there. So it takes a lot of time just to deliver the content and then give the practical information. So I feel it's a misconception where people don't look at it as a full program that can be studied and then you go out there and you support communities. But another misconception has to do with, teachers are sufficient. When you do education, it's enough for you to understand children. But having done education as my first degree, I know we only do like one course in that unit, and it used to be psychology of children or maybe growth and development, and that would be it. And I would feel that sometimes maybe my teachers did not understand me well, but also some teachers don't understand children 100% to the way that actually they should understand and then support them effectively.
Yeah.
So we cannot equate a degree in education with a degree in child development because of the differences, because we go further to even know, okay, therefore, if I find a problem in a child, how do I respond to it, what we call intervention? So I think we miss out a lot of that when we minimize it to just a small or short course that should be done.
And now,
For the most.
important question of the podcast. Let me ask it.
Yeah, I'll ask. Thanks for the honor. What advice would you give to someone who aspires to work in the field that you are working in right now, whether it's a university lecturer, child development, if they're aspiring to study child development, or get a PhD in general? What advice would you give them?
Right. If I met, and I do meet them, people who want to aspire in life, so I'll talk on 2 levels first. For whoever wants to do a PhD, they need to start thinking about it now. If I met young people, I'll tell them to start thinking about it now, because sometimes people make, mistakes, waste a lot of time. Then by the time they wake up and they want to go and do it, they're like, oh, I wish I had used my ear as well. So be focused from early years, but don't kill yourself thinking, I must do law, I must do engineering, and that's what I want to get. Be open to opportunities and ideas that come along the way. I think I was fixated in not being a teacher, but here I am, a teacher, right? And so don't be too fixated, expose yourself. So again, try and read, try and understand. And for young people, let your parents expose you to other environments, and that will begin to shape what career you want to do. So start early, think about it early, but be open-minded. If you want to do child development, begin to develop a heart of loving children, because it's in loving children that you'll teach about them with passion and interest. So, and when you get it, do it with all your heart. So I think be open for career-wise, and for in child development, love children. Let it be a passion, because my experience is, if you don't have a heart for children, you'll actually find it hard teaching about children and working with children, because I cannot teach about children and not work with them or interact with them. Because it is in interacting with them that I get to study, I get to see, I get my illustration.
Yeah.
So begin by loving them and being interested in them, but knowing they are special human beings. Very special. Thank you.
That is really good advice.
Yeah. Hope you guys were listening.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, the podcast has been really fun. We've learned a lot from a to-be professor. She's now a step away from becoming a professor. So, yay.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the podcast.
I did.
I'm sure us guys did. If you already know her, maybe there's something extra that you've learned today. Guys, that's it for today. And that's another mission accomplished.
We are Mtoto News, a digital platform that empowers children. We curate and create engaging content about and by children. Through audio, video, writing, and infographics, we believe children should be players, not spectators. Through child-led research, we amplify young voices, shaping policies and programs. To partner or donate, send an email to info@mtotonews.com or call 0705 85 5258. Mtoto News, making children visible.